Hey, 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 it's Rosie. Rosie, it's Rosie. It's Rosie of Script. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Rosie of Script. In this episode, I will be breaking down my new prospective jobs, my new schools that I'm going to, just one school, a new school that I'm going to, and some other things. So yeah, I think I need a hit of encouragement. I operate best under extreme cannabis. Yeah, I think I'm ready to dive in. Thank God for cannabis. Anyways. I thought I would come on here and talk about some new prospects that are in my life. You know, it has been 4 or 5 months, almost half a year since I have broken up with Tyler and since I have been on my own again. And only 3 months since I had Leo, which I will talk about that as well. So I guess I'll start with Leo because that is pretty much like, obviously no one's asking this of me. No one, literally no one, but I feel like addressing it. And so I pretty much, with the organization that I'm working with to house me right now, have agreed. I didn't agree, actually. I asked them to agree. Pretty much to board my dog temporarily at a boarding facility where he has plenty of, I can put a photos up there, where he has plenty of dogs he can play around and just be free. And so, obviously I didn't address my mental health concerns, and that's not something that is like anyone just be proud to just address. But, you know, I'm working on them, and I'm addressing everything that needs to be addressed in my life. You know, I am trying my best to do the damn thing. You know, so I'm hoping and praying that after a week I can reunite with him again, and he will hopefully love and feel secure and safe with me, and I can provide that for the rest of his life. Because that's the main goal, you know, when you adopt a dog or a child or anything, you're supposed to protect and guide it and keep it safe. Him or her safe. And so, you know, I just think like that. And nobody ever wants to think of themselves like as someone who couldn't provide that. So yeah. But I've always loved animals. I have always loved animals, and I've been really great with them. Especially my Leo, you know, I don't obviously don't show it much on YouTube or in videos, but nobody knows like the day-to-day life with a dog that's shown online, unless the person that's the one with them. You know what I mean? And so like, he is just such a sweet golden boy. He is a golden boy. So obedient, so respectful. He just has a few things that need to be ironed out. And obviously when I make enough money or I start to be independent or like secure financially, I I can do that, you know what I mean? Like, I can start getting training lessons for him and doing certain things for him because he's so good. The only thing he does is he's a little reactive, but he's young. He's only 2 years old. You know, like, I keep all these things into consideration, but not everyone will. And, like, I never will forget the rude people along my journey with him, from San Francisco to here. All the stuck-up people that stuck their nose up at my dog because he wanted to greet them or jump on them. They look at me like, bitch, control your animal. And I'm like, motherfucker, he a dog. Like, what you want? Like, he's just jumping to say hello. He's not biting you or licking on you or doing nothing he ain't supposed to. Yes, it should be ironed out and controlled and contained. But I try my damnedest to do everything I can to keep that boy behaved. But he wants to be a dog. Like, I'm not gonna stop him from being a dog. You know, shit. And so, I just let him be. But a lot of people don't like that. And so people will say, like, you know, when I was getting into the shelter, like, the staff were, like, a little apprehensive at first. Like, they would make certain remarks like, oh, that's not gonna go well. Like, you kind of like that. And I'm like, I'm thinking in my head, like, please don't say that, lady. Like, I need to stay here and I need him to stay here. Like, he's a good boy. Please believe that. Like, like, he's a good boy. Listen to me. Like, it just scares me because especially, like, putting him through so much transition, going from place to place. Ever since I adopted him at the SFSPCA, I have taken him from San Francisco by bus, train, plane, automobile, all the way to Oregon. And I'm fucking tired. I know I'm tired of being homeless and living this life. I couldn't imagine putting a fucking dog through that, which is another goddamn reason why I wanted to board him, because in my soul of heart, my soul's at heart, fucking whatever, I felt like it was necessary to, in my mind, rehome him. But I couldn't fathom the idea of doing such a thing, so it was like a temporary solution in my head to do what I did, which was board him in the facility. But it kills me every day to be away from him, so I know that, like, obviously, maybe I could give this another shot and try my best to be a good pet parent and be a parent in general to him and be good to myself and good in general. Like, you know, like, they tried to give me some self-love bullshit, like, when I was talking about not being able to pick my dog up the other day. They're like, maybe you can try to give this love to yours. I'm, like, thinking in my head, please don't curse these people out. You need to stay here. Please don't curse these people out. You need to stay here. So I'm, like, just sitting there silent as can be, staring off into the distance. And that should have been their sign alone, like, please don't fucking continue talking. But they did. Talking about I could get a stuffed animal as a consolation. As, like, you know, like, oh my lord, I'm not trying to disrespect the people that are letting me stay here, y'all, but I just, like, it was like a slap in the fucking face. I was like, how dare you tell me I could get a stuffed animal instead of the fucking dog that I fell in love with and bonded with. Like, I know that my advocate and the person that was working with me was just trying to help, but I just felt like it was fucked up for her to say that. But anyways, I'm kind of venting. Back to my dog. So yeah, back to my Doge. I am hoping to be reunited with him soon, so I can be with him and he can provide the emotional support and stuff, because I don't like to think of him, even though he is my ESA and stuff like that, I don't like to think of him as, like, he's doing a job, because I let him, like I said earlier, I let him be a dog, but he knows when to be serious. That's why I feel so secure, and I know I have to keep this boy, because there is no other dog like him. And I know a lot of pet people will say that, but there is no other dog like him. He is so obedient and so, like, when I'm in, like, I've been in dispensaries with him, I've been in so many different places with him, and, like, he will know how to act right when it's time. Of course, it's still constant redirection and constant, like, hey, don't do that, hey, stay here, hey, sit down, hey, go here. But it's still in my mind, after I leave, I'm like, that was kind of nice, you know, I think that went well. Because, like, it didn't have anything bad repercussions to it. He didn't jump on anyone, he didn't do anything he wasn't supposed to. Did he sniff people? Yeah. He's just trying to sense them out. He's just trying to feel them out. Say, who are you? You know, like, I'm a new person, you know, like, so. But everyone in the establishments that I've been in with him have been friendly towards him, and so he's friendly towards them. And I like a lot of places where there's not too many dogs. Because solely for the fact that it's a conundrum where I know that I need to socialize him and I know he needs to be social, but he will not get along with every dog. And that's normal. Like, anyone who thinks that that's supposed to be normal, where they're supposed to just be friendly with every motherfucking animal, is a liar. They clearly haven't had a dog before. You know what I mean? So it's like, he is never aggressive. Never fucking aggressive. He just... But like I was saying earlier, with all that transition and change, I've noticed when I had him in the dog section at the shelter one time, another person had brought their dog. And he was not reacting very nicely with them. I think what it was is because the fence was there and he couldn't sit or sniff them. But even then, it was like his attitude towards this dog was very much like, I'ma fuck you up. And I'm like, I've never seen that before in him. But I'm just thinking, like, babe, I don't know you. Like, this is scary. Like, but I know that also I've been told by the vet and the person I adopted them from that there's a 3 for 3 rule. And it has literally been the 3rd month mark. And that is when you're supposed to see the dog's true colors. And I guess you're supposed to see my true colors too. And he already saw them. And I saw his. But at this point, I'm ready to reconcile and be like, okay, I'm ready to build a life with you because I have nothing else to live for at this point anyways. I have nothing else to live for, no one else to live for at this point. I need to establish some form of family. And, like, I know that sounds ridiculous to do with a fucking dog, but hear me out, y'all. Like, I need to establish that because I see my family and their family, and I'm like, okay, I see people building families on my Facebook, my friends that I went to high school with, and I'm like, I need to build something. I need something that's mine. Like, I need something that's mine, but I think I delved the lines of mine and control a little too much, and it doesn't end well. And I don't obviously mean that I'm like a threat or a harm to any animal or anybody. I just mean that, like, I have to learn like anybody else. You know, I'm not perfect. I'm a human being. And so I have to learn. And I'm learning every day. And so the point is that I'm also trying to tie two and two together, getting my dog back, having him back in my life, and also starting with a company that I found online that my friend actually worked for called Rover.com. And they are a dog sitting and, like, it's almost like a dog care service where people will, what I've gathered from it, will book services from you, and that entails what I personally chose was check-ins. So I will be doing like basically like a check-in with their pet, like to, if they're away, like let's say they go to work one day and they're like, fuck, I didn't feed Fido. So they text or they make an order for me like, hey, I'll pay you, they don't say I'll pay you $20, but they have like the rates basically that you can sign up for each service, and the minimum it said was $20. So I'm like, okay, I'll start there, because like it sounds ridiculous to ask for anything more just to go to somebody's house to check in and feed them or something. But like in my mind, like obviously as much as you know work with a certain client or more clients, you build a rapport with those clients, and over time you realize, or that client realizes like, hey, you know, I could tip this person for stopping by, and you know, hey man, thanks for taking the time to get here and take care of my dog. Here's $10. You know, like I know this from experience because my friend did it. and she was very successful with this company. And I know that, you know, she taught me all the secrets. And I'm like, okay, girl, like, but I didn't really register them until now. Like, for a long time, I've been such a begging ass bitch, a needy, begging ass bitch, dependent. And obviously, I still am. Like, I ended up pawning, like, doing a pawn loan for my Nintendo Switch 2 just so I could get a fucking vape. Not just for the vape, but so I could do certain things, you know what I mean? Like, I needed to be able to get certain things for certain things, but, you know, not anything illegal. But, but the point is that, like, I really, really, really want to start working in some aspect. Even if that means, you know, like, I really hope and pray that I don't lose my chances of getting SSDI, because I know that the program would really benefit me and assist me in a lot of ways. But at the same time, it's like, I'm a human being that I know the Social Security Administration cannot expect us human beings that are trying to get on disability to just sit at home and watch TV all fucking day. I know some people literally have no other choice. I know they don't have a choice. People who are legitimately disabled have no other fucking choice. However, if I could choose to try to do something to make money, there's so many avenues in life to make money, you just have to fucking look for them. Like, and I'm telling myself that as a young little buck, you know, young little buck. I'm telling myself that because, like, I realize, like, I can find that. I will find that. And it won't be selling my body on the internet. It won't be selling my body on the street. Even though I joke about it and desperately want to fucking do it, I won't do it. I know there's right ways to make money, and I definitely have been like a begging ass bitch, begging men for it, begging my ex for it, begging my family for it, begging my friends for it. I'm losing friends. I'm losing the little friendships that I do have, the respect that I have from my family. Because I'm sitting here, hey, can I have $20? Hey, can I have $10? Hey, can I have $20? Hey, can I have $10? And I know anybody in their right mind, no matter how much you love a person, would get sick and tired of that shit. I want money. And I'm gonna fucking do whatever it takes to get it. I'm gonna work for it if I have to. Even though I know in my right mind I'm not well for that. But there's gotta be some kind of work I can do. Even for motherfuckers like me. You know, and so I will find it. And this is a video that I'm putting out to the internet. And, you know, I'm choosing for everywhere that I say to be monitored or addressed or analyzed or, like, you know, like, I'm choosing for that, you know? Like, I know, like, people will see me vaping, people will see me smoking, but what they won't see is the character in me and the person that I am every day. And this is what I'm trying to portray, not just in this video, but in every video that I make. You know, like, I want everyone to know that I love doing this. I love trying to find some avenue of success in life, because that's just what we all strive for, is it not? I mean, we all want that American dream, the white picket fence, the 3 kids, the 3 dogs. Like, I don't want all that bullshit, but I know that I want the bare minimum. I mean, hello. Could I at least have the bare minimum, dogs? I have been fighting homelessness for 14 years now. I don't even know how long it's been. Since 2017 to 2026, baby. Fighting that shit, fighting it like a demon, yo. I'm serious. Like, and it's like, I realized that with all the money that I've spent on weed, or all the money that I've spent on stupid shit like that I don't need, could have gone to getting a car, or getting my license, or I've enabled myself for so fucking long, and I'm sick of it. I'm 30 almost. How long am I gonna keep myself up with this? It's like, obviously, being a trans woman and being born male, I'm still gonna have them motherfucking characteristics. Obviously, as you can tell, you see the facial hair, you hear my voice, you see it in me. I don't give a damn what you see, to be honest. But I know this. It's still up there in the cabeza. And the growth of my human spirit is still stunted. And I know that. And I'm working on fixing that, you know, like, because I used to have such good support for myself in a parental way. I used to tell myself I have my inner child. I'm going to nurture them and raise them and raise them up, you know, and to be a strong adult. And I feel like I've lost that over the course of the years. I guess I'm finding it now, but like, it's like I have, you know, like my dad, my biological dad, I've been talking to him a lot more recently, which brings a lot of like hope and guidance and support in my life. And then I still have my adopted dad and my biological mom and my adopted mom. And so it's like my parents, all good up there, you know, like supportive all the way around. But I still am losing respect for them, especially like my adopted mom. Like, I doubt she'll see this, so that's why I'm saying this. But like, I just feel like I'm losing respect for her because it really bothers me that I keep putting her in this position where she's like, honey, I'm going through this and I'm going through that and I just can't help you, baby. I'm sorry. And I have to feel like shit for even putting her in that position. Like, and it's not I have to. Like, I chose to do that. Like, I chose to ask her and put her in an uncomfortable position where she had to say no to me. And I couldn't imagine what that must be like as a parent. But also, I let her know, like, I'm a grown-ass adult woman. I'm a grown-ass adult. I can figure it out if I have to, but I'm sorry that I have to be in this position to ask you. I'm trying to get myself out of it. And she still supports me and respects me and loves me in some way, but I know it's like I'm losing it and it kills me, so it drives me even further to get everybody's respect and everybody's, like, you know, respect. You know, I just want everyone's respect. I have to give that to myself, of course, but I just need that from everyone else. I don't know why, man. But, yeah. That be what it be, you know? Look at how that cute that is. This is supposed to be Banana Taffy Freeze. These are the foggers. I don't know if y'all know what these are. These are actually like the best quality vape you can get. I know they're popular, but they're popular for a reason because they're long lasting. I don't mean to turn this into a fucking review. I always be advertising the hell out of a product knowing damn well they ain't gonna pay me. But shit, these things are like long lasting, and so like it fucking it's just dope. Like, I remember when I had the attachable ones, it lasted me a long ass fucking time. Like, I think it came with 2 of them, and it lasted me a long ass fucking time. And then I got a Lost Mary one. It was detachable. It came with 2 of them. That lasted long too. And I know that this one will too, but like at the same time, it's like it depends on how much I'm smoking it, like anything. But that drives me to want to work further. Addiction will do that to you. Not kidding you. But, you know, and all in all, I know what I can provide, like, in that aspect of, like, rover.com and, like, you know, doing the dog sitting and stuff like that. I'm really eager and excited to start that. And then I'm eager and excited to start my next journey. I know y'all, if anyone actually follows along to this motherfucker, y'all are probably thinking, damn, bitch, what school now? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. Yes, they be. I'm letting y'all all be included. Don't play me. Yes, they be. Yes, they be. Okay? Anyways. We need to so aggressive about that. But anyways, but like, so basically, I will be going to SNHU online. Of course, again. And I'm really hoping and praying. I'm not just really hoping and praying. I am dedicated to fucking finish my education this time. I really the fuck am. I really the fuck am. Like, I am fucking dedicated to finish my education because not just for that little financial aid refund. Because everybody knows, every student, every little undergraduate knows that's nice. But at the same time, it's like, yes, that would help a little bit. But at the same time, I'm ready to start working because I talked to employee today there, and they were all telling me about I could get an internship and remote work and all types of shit. I was like, okay, ma'am, I will gladly look into that. Because, like, these are thoughts, and the reason I even bring this up is these are thoughts that are entering my brain that I have dismissed and turned away for years now. This is why it feels like such a big deal to me to want to work, to want to try, to want to not limit myself. It feels incredible because I feel like even though I know that I have my limits with my mental health, there's still things that I can do. I shouldn't give up because everything in life costs money, and that just fucking sucks. It does. But I know that, like, if you want to do certain things in life, you have to pay the fuck up. Like, you have to pay the fuck up. This vape, $30. You know, like, certain things cost fucking money. Like, I need to give myself a damn minute because I done yapped for like 27 minutes straight. Give myself a little minute, a little breather, a little drink break, you know. Okay, y'all. I'm back. So yeah, I will be going to school as per usual for human services, and that major hasn't really changed for a long time now because I've always wanted to work with people. Even as a young child, I wanted to, not a young child, but like a teenager. I call that a child. I call anyone with the name teen in their name a child. I'm sorry, I just do. Even if they're fucking 20, I'm like, you're a child. But I'm 29, so it's like, what the fuck? But anyways, but like, I will be going for human services, which has been what I wanted to do for a long time because I've always wanted to work in that field of like mental health. And over the course of time, I've had experiences doing my research on that field, and I've definitely realized like, hey, maybe I couldn't handle this. Like over the course, I'm pretty smart and intuitive that way where I can see things from a 4-year gap. I'm like, okay, so 4 years down the line, how would I handle this? And I'm like, okay, yeah, that would get old real fucking fast. Hearing Jimmy come up to the glass and telling me that he's gonna blow the place up and kill me, and like, I know it's like money be talking. And you really have to have care for these people. You can't just be money be talking. You know, you have to care for their minds and their health and wanting to rehabilitate their brains and like get them better. But obviously as a case manager, that ain't my damn job. That's a psychiatrist and a therapist job. But what I'm trying to say is like anyone working in that field should have to have that mindset. And so like, it's so serious, but I feel like over the course of years, like I have that young, like happy-go-lucky, I'm a naive, like I want to drink the Kool-Aid kind of mindset. I know that people in healthcare probably over the course of years and years and years get burnt out, and they're just like, hi, what's your name? Why are you here? Okay, here's a bed. Okay, here's a snack. Okay, what do you need? You need a nurse? Okay, here's a nurse. Okay, get the fuck out of my face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they just have that mindset because they're like veterans, dog. Like, they've been in that motherfucker for years. They don't got time for your damn sob story. They done heard 30 sob stories today. Like, and so I still have that mindset. I've been a mental health patient. I've been in those facilities plenty of times. I have been in transitional living programs, homeless shelters. I have the lived experience, but what I don't have is the knowledge of the education surrounding coping strategies, coping skills that I could learn from my damn self. And de-escalation strategies, you know, like certain ways, because obviously even if I'm just a case manager, the kind of route that I want to take with adolescent to young adults, I want to work with that age range because that was the age range I was when I first discovered that I was, you know, mentally ill, that I had mental illness, and that I became homeless. I was displaced from my home. And so it's a very tumultuous like feeling inside of me where I feel like it just connects with me. And so I know that I don't want to see another motherfucking 17-year-old go through what the fuck I went through. Walking down the street, crying my eyes out, saying, somebody help me, and some nice woman reaching out her compassion and saying, what's wrong, baby? And having me go to a shelter. Like, I don't blame my family for this. This is not me blaming my family, because I actually forgave my sister, my dad, and everybody who put me through that. But I forgave them, but I could never forget it. And it's like, obviously, if they saw this, they'd roll their eyes and be like, oh my God, get over it. But the point is like, it's not something that you can just get over. Like, I'm only 29, goddammit. It's still something I gotta fucking live with. I'm an adult now who's responsible for my own decisions, but it still doesn't, it's not like I'm pointing the finger anymore like a teenager or a young adult like 21, 22. I'm not pointing the finger anymore, blaming mom and dad, saying, you're the reason this is happening, you're the reason this is happening. I'm just simply acknowledging that, hey, this fucking happened and it sucked. And now I have to live with that. I have to live with the fact that, like, yes, I have good familial support, but, like, it could be better. Like, not the support, but, like, the resources. Like, if everything was different in every way, we could all just live happy lives, but it's not. It's just the fucking way it is. And we can't change it, we can't morph it, we can't fantasize a better life, or the grass is greener on the better other side. So it is what it is. Yeah. So yeah, I don't want to see another 17-year-old go through that. I don't want to see another young adult go through that. I am a young adult still, but it's like I still don't want to see any of my peers or any of my younger peers go through that. But I also acknowledge too that, I don't know if this even needs to be said, but I also acknowledge too that going into this field, I'm going to work with a wide variety of different personality traits, different mental illnesses, different everything. And I have to learn to keep my motherfucking opinions to myself and keep my mouth shut and say, how can I assist you today? How can I assist you in your goals? No, I don't need to hear about your 16-year-old self trying to transition. No, I don't need to hear. That's very nice. You want me to call you Jeffrey? No, Sasha? Okay, I'll call you whatever you need to be called, baby. But okay, how can I assist you in your goals? I'm gonna keep my motherfucking shit to my motherfucking self because, hello? Like, I really want to work with these kids and these young adults. I know that some of these new mindsets and new beliefs and new certain behaviors and lifestyles, it confuses even me, and I'm only 29. I sound like a 70-year-old fucking grandpa. You know, like, I sound like a fucking boomer. And I can't help it. It's just how I was raised, and it's just the way I fucking grew my own adapted thoughts and patterns. This is how I feel. But it doesn't mean it's gonna dismiss how I care for someone. You know, like, I will never dismiss that. I will take care of every person with meeting them where they are, meeting them in their goals, and making sure I assure that they become successful and never have to be in and out of homelessness again. That's the goal, isn't it? You know, that's the goal of a case manager, and that's just what the fuck I want to do. So I'm hoping I can do that. I'm only on my freshman, sophomore year, y'all, so let me chill the fuck out, because I'm getting a little too big for my britches. But, you know, that's just what I want. I have goals and dreams, baby. But this is pretty much The script, y'all. This is the script. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.
A dog-eared novel in your hand, lost in a far and fictional land. The clatter of spoons, a gentle sound, but in your silence, peace is found. One single glance across the room, chasing away the afternoon gloom. A silent story starts to bloom in this small space, a universe in gloom. This moment fades as all things lost, a fragile scene of fleeting trust. We'll go our ways on paths we trust, but this small spark defies the dust. Hmm.